Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm finally back on my crosskart after something really unexpected happened, but we are finishing it for good. There's not much to do and this thing has everything I need to go fast. Also, some other good news, I'm working with the company to street legal this thing. It's actually entirely possible in my state, so I'm looking forward to that, but I have to finish this thing first. So with that being said, let's go ahead and hop right into the video. Basically what I'm doing is making enough space for the sprocket. I decided that I no longer want to run a jack shaft, so we have to clear out a lot of this, make room for this, build new pillow block mounts, and then we can put our running engine in and just like weld everything up. I know this right here looks pretty weak, but I'm going to be beefing that up once I get everything finalized. Right guys, so this is the engine I pulled off. It's actually a bad engine. The case is cracked and it's also has a seized top end, so we'll be replacing it with that engine right there. This was made possible by my subscriber Sean, so big shout out to Sean. He donated this engine to me about a year ago, so I'm finally gonna put it to good use. Alright guys, so I got the Jigster engine in, I got the chain kind of mocked up, and right off the bat I'm seeing a few problems. First thing I need to do is cut this Miata axle and take about an inch out of it. This is because the hub is now extended out further and it's not symmetrical anymore. We're also going to have to take a little bit of a fin off the engine right here and probably run a tensioner. Basically on this mock-up engine, it's this little piece right here we're gonna have to cut off. Right guys, so Max Speeding Rods actually sent us some goodies, so let's check it out. Looks like they sent us a nice spoolie boy right here. This would actually be probably too big for my crosskart. This is mostly meant for cars, but I do have some ideas with this thing. And they actually sent me their upgraded version. This is a pretty nice turbocharger with no shaft play, so that's really cool. And then they also sent me a bunch of intercooler tubing right here, which I can use this for an intake on my mower, maybe build a snorkel or something like that. And it would actually help in a turbocharging process if I wanted to turbo something. So big shout out to Max Speeding Rods. Check them out in the link down below. They have all kinds of stuff for cars, coilovers, assortment of turbos, radiators, intercoolers, piping, exhaust tubing. So yeah, that's going to be a first link in the description. Check it out. Let's get back to the build. Alright, so I got the bottom engine mounts done. Next thing I want to do is run a bar across from the roll cage to the back like that, just as a chassis stiffener basically. Some of you might be thinking, how am I going to get the engine out from here? Well, the secret is roll cage connectors. So I'm just going to have one right there and then one somewhere right there. check that out. I think they came out really nice. What I'm gonna do is add a little crossbar right here to brace up the strut tower. Okay, so now I have to finish up the rear suspension, basically weld all the control arms from the bottom. I need to weld the spindles, and then I also want to change the geometry of the shocks a little bit. Right, check this out, guys. I've basically finished the rear suspension. Love the way the A-arms turned out. I welded them and I painted them. Basically, all that's left is to weld up the left axle and then install a sway bar. And the rear suspension will be done. So next on the list is a gas tank. I'm going to build it out of aluminum, and this is the Jigster fuel pump assembly. So I want the gas tank to be sitting right here and then going all the way up to the air box. I ran the math, and it's going to be around a 5-gallon tank, which should be enough for street driving. Definitely enough for off-roading as well. So I'm going to bust out a cardboard template first and then use our Swag off-road press brake to bend the aluminum into my desired shape. And then we'll weld it. Alright, so this is the shape I've kind of settled on. Maybe just a bit smaller. I still want to leave some room up here for the radiator. Alright, so there it is. The goal is for it to hold a lot of fuel and just slide in and out. And I want the welds on this to be actually really aesthetic, so I'm gonna actually try my best. Guys, I'm really pleased with how the gas tank turned out. I love the shape of it and how well it fits up in the frame. The welds also turned out pretty good. I'm actually really happy with them, although I did mess some welds up. I really wanted this gas tank to be a showpiece. But anyways, what I'm going to do now is mount up the fuel pump assembly. One thing that I just realized is that the gas will leak through the bolt holes, so I gotta somehow cover the bolt holes up, if that makes any sense. So yeah. Okay, so this is the back side of the flange. So you have made a little test right here. What I'm gonna do is weld on top of these bolts, so that way gasoline won't be able to leak through. I hope this works. Alright, this is the finished flange for the fuel pump. I'm gonna go ahead and weld it in. Right guys, I'm really happy with how the gas tank turned out. It soaked up a lot of time though. Spent 2 days building it and I'm not even done. I still have to build brackets and pressure test it, which I'll be doing that in the next episode. But I think what I want to finish off this episode on is build a nice skid plate out of aluminum. Something I can rest my feet on and protect me if I want to go off-roading. So yeah, I guess let's get to it. Brake is really amazing, and I got lucky that the skid plate is basically as wide as the brake itself. Alright guys, so I had to test out the skid plate. Just check out that stance. But guys, that's going to be a wrap for this video. I love how the crosskart turns out and I'm happy with the progress. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like down below. Be sure to check out Max Speeding Rods and check out the swag press brake down below. But I have to catch you in the next video. Stay tuned. Peace. God bless.